Hello, I'm Aiden. Welcome back to my channel. It's time for more Polybridge 3 today. We're going to the dang mines to build some bridges. Okay, maybe not actually the mines. It says Minor Mountains is the new world, which I saw the word mine and I just thought would be in the mines. No, we're in the mountains. That's my bad. That's my bad. Learn the ropes is the first level. 26.5 grand. And we get rope and cable on top of our regular shenanigans. Which is fantastic. Oh. Are those turrets? Are those flying helicopter turrets? That's kind of fun. That's pretty neat and epic. So I think I'm gonna just go for a regular looking bridge. And then just hang extra supports from the top. Because it is a pretty long span, and this dude, the mail van, 9.5 mass. So it's a bit hefty, bit of a hefty lad, but I think with a little extra support, we'll be totally fine. Nothing wrong at all, which I think is what we want to see. Bridges with nothing wrong at all. Something I may specialize in, but I won't claim that because I don't claim things that are untrue. You feel? You feel me? I am gonna stick to my typical ways though and make sure that we have wall braces. They may not do much, but they always seem to help. Oh no. Okay, hold up. Hold the freak up. So like if I were to do a rope down, we're gonna be right in the middle of this wood, which means I would have to rope to there and to there, and that's really expensive. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. So I'm just gonna make almost a top knot, a little muscle, if you will. I don't know what the correct term is for that. But something from which to hang the ropes directly so I don't need two ropes. I'm nearly at budget, which is kind of crazy. 2,500 under budget. So I have a theory that I may not be in the top percentages with this one, but it should work like a dream. Like a charm. Yeah. Stayed under 60% stress. Yeah, stayed under well, just over 60% stress. That's fine. Still made it in top half though. Still made it in top half though. That's epic. I think that was my original goal from last episode, is just be top half every bridge. And I think I didn't do that last episode, but we don't talk about it. We don't talk about that. That's pretty good. The bridge weighed a lot. 22 polygrams. I'm going to just call it mass because I don't know what the hell a polygram is. But I did get a tip from one of the homies in the comments. They said don't sort by lowest or highest budget because it's either people doing like cheap little cheaty bridges or like, I guess, attention seekers. I think they put it, just doing expensive stuff for fun, which is fun. I will say the highest budget one is kind of fun, but they said most recent you get kind of more honest takes on what's going on. So the budget was 26.5 thou, and this person went over anyway. Why did they though? Why did they though? What's the big takeaway here? So they did 52 thou, which is almost double budget. Actually, I think it is just about double budget. Their stress was higher, and it just... They cabled. Is that cable or rope? It looks like they cabled to every piece of road, and then just left some bits dangling just 'cause. just because it's cool and epic, I guess. That's strange. I'll give you the strange certification. Certified strange bridge. This person did it for 19 thou. It's cheaper than the bridge I just made. Ooh. Oh, okay. Clever. I like it. So, they do have a wall brace, and the wall brace comes up on both sides. It is symmetrical, I think. The wall brace comes up on either side into like the trusses on the top. So essentially with a bigger wall brace, they're shortening the amount of truss they had to put on the top in the first place, which is smarter than what I did. And then they did wooden rope. They just did wooden rope. They didn't actually use the cable or the rope option, which is kind of fascinating. That does save a lot of money. I don't think it's as strong. They're higher max stress, but that is clever. That is clever. I do like that. Fantastic solving option. The second one, cable stayed. Yeah, I know what the description's going to be. 35 thou budget. So essentially that's a cable stay, right? Because the cable makes the bridge stay where it's supposed to be. Very clever. My question is, if I copy and flippy what they did, the devs who made this first part, I guess to display what a cable stay is, if I just copy and flippy what they did, does that not kind of take out some of the whimsy of building your own bridge? Am I crazy for thinking that? I mean, I guess that might be too critical. That might be too critical of a point to make, because not everyone knows what a cable stay is. I just happened to be lucky enough that I played both Polybridge 1 and 2 and then kind of figured out both the hard and easy way what a cable stay is. My question is, the way they built it, there's no trusses in between these road pieces. Does what they built hold? As is. As is. I have my doubts. Quite. Yeah, it does not. It does not. If we play that in slow motion, you can see, yeah, the road just sags and breaks in the middle, which I guess, like, interesting decision by the devs on that one, but like, you showed what a cable stay was and then didn't properly apply it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Just interesting. That's all I'm saying. Just interesting. I'm not ragging on the devs. I do enough of that. Do enough of that in my own time. But I think if we just connect it up, it has the chance. My biggest fear, I am gonna add these just cause it makes me feel better about myself putting in wall braces, because I would feel silly if I didn't and the bridge broke because of something simple like not having a wall brace. So I'm gonna just do that. My biggest fear is the ropes, whether or not they'll break, because they're kind of at an acute angle, right? So they're taking a lot of tension from the weight of the bridge. The cable's gonna be fine. Honestly, I think the cable could even be switched with a rope. If this holds, I'm not sure if it will. Oh, it does just fine. It does just, I was worried about dang nothing. Dang nothing, dog. Bottom 44%, well, that's not acceptable. Nah. We're not taking that, fellas. Switch that out with a rope. Switch out this cable with a rope, because the rope, $220 a meter, cable's $400 a meter, almost twice as pricey. So we'll switch those out, and I think, call me crazy, I think I can shrinkify the cable stay thangs. See, I went all crazy saying like, oh, I know cable stay, and I don't know what to call like the thing that stays the cables. Is it called a cable stay itself? I don't know. Couldn't be me. But we did save money doing that. At the risk of stress, but we're still fine. Top half? Top half, though? Oh. Oh, goodness sake. Top 30%. Take that, you freaks. Not you lovely viewers. It's just more so, gotta get that energy out somehow, you know what I'm saying? Top 27%. Top 35 thou of all time. Hey, I'll take what I can get. I'm curious to see, did most people choose to use what the devs left in there? This person did. And okay, wait a minute. So they almost spent the whole budget. And almost the bridge almost broke. It's nearly max stress. But okay, so they used what the devs put in. The cable, the steel pole, and the rope. And then just decided to do this amalgamation of triangle-y parts, and then just perfect trusses the rest of the way through. That's a curious choice. I'll give you the interesting choice badge on this bridge. That's very interesting. So we did it for 24,000. This person did it for 15. And I see why. They just made a curved bridge, which means, I think I kind of mentioned it a little bit in the last episode, but if you make the bridge curved, the road pieces literally have to push against themselves if they were to fail and fall down. So the curved bridge is stronger than a flat bridge alone, and then it's just very efficient trusses going under to build on top. That brings the weight down efficiently. So that's just a smart bridge. Did it for under 16,000, this person. So that's pretty epic. I can get behind what they're on. We're gonna hit a third one here, jumping off point. Now, I will say, just gonna put that out there, the jumps and the spring levels in Polybridge 2 were the bane of my existence. And then also there was like a diagonal elevator that just pissed me off. But yeah, jumps and spring levels, just not in my wheelhouse. And here we have our very first jumping level in Polybridge 3. So the devs were nice enough to leave in these road pieces for free. They don't cost anything, and I don't even think I could delete them if I wanted to. They seem pretty locked in place. So the curve, ideally, this dune buggy's pretty dang fast. The curve ideally will perfectly get us the flag. There is a plane, but that's, I don't know, maybe just there for aesthetics? Probably there for aesthetics, which I can appreciate that. But I think the goal is to simply support the curve, the jump, if you will. And I have done a bit of that in my time. Question is, do I still got it in me? Do I still got it in me to build a beautiful little support? Now I'm going under the bridge to kind of direct the force down towards this point, because that is a very conveniently placed node that will indeed provide a lot of support. But I fear just using wood, it's gonna break, because that's going to be the entire force of the road and materials coming down this. So this, well, previously piece of wood, I put steel on there just because I'm talking slower than I'm thinking. But that one piece of wood would have been taking the entire weight. I guess some would be coming down to this node, but most of the weight would be going down there. I will maybe do one of these. A wall brace to help. It's an idea. Thing is, I'm not sure if this is gonna hold. I'm not sure because of how far under budget. I'm at like half budget. So I'm not certain. Okay, well, never mind. Never mind. It doesn't even matter. Half budget doesn't matter. Top quarter. I'm in the top dang quarter. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. See, there I was doubting myself when I still got it. Not that I have anything to prove, but I think I still got it. I will say, I haven't mentioned it yet, but this level design is beautiful. I'm not sure why it's called minor mountains when it just kind of looks like mountains in general, like there's a windmill and a tower, a little house. You could have like put a ski lift in there and just called it like the ski mountains, but I'm just being nitpicky now. What did other people do? 4,500. Woo, okay. That's about as efficient as you're gonna get, I think, without doing some dangly road or weird hacks or anything. 4,500, they damn near broke. 99.9 stress. So they had to have probably trial and errored this for a while. But that is about as damn efficient as you're gonna get with this one. I'm curious too, all of the triangles are facing away from the support. I'm curious as to why that works better. Because I figured with mine, I sent the triangles further this way to try and direct more force down towards this node. But all their triangles are facing away, and I'm not, like mathematically, geometrically, I'm not sure why that works, or if it works better. Clearly it worked perfectly for them. But that's curious. Very curious. Maybe something I'll have to keep in mind and try later. This person did it for 10 thou. But why did they do it for over 10 thou? Their stress was higher than ours. I think the stress on my bridge was 70 some odd %. So they spent more, and the stress was higher. I wish I could zoom in. I wish I could zoom in on these. I don't think I can. But it looks like the node, they have a support almost doing a full 90-degree angle down here just to the second road bit. Oh my god. Holy shit. It's a penis. That's the ball sack, and that's the tip. Okay. Wow. Well, isn't that fucking egg on my face, hey? Yeah, that's a penis, for sure. How did I not see that first time around? I was so thrilled to be able to provide insight on why this isn't efficient, and then I slap my face with it, right? Boy, don't I look silly. Don't I look silly. Congrats, you almost got one over me. You almost got one over me. Goodness sake, you dirty, dirty people. Quantum Leap is the next one. 16 thou, it looks like we have limited road and limited steel. Turn off snap to grid, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. Golly. Quantum Leap? I'm so confused. It's the DeLorean, right? So it's a Back to the Future reference. I get that. It is remarkably fast. I just looked at the speed and acceleration and everything. So super fast. I just don't know, like, they had Ford, they had the Model T, right? They had Jeep, they have DeLorean. Like, do they just get blessings from these huge companies to use their name and likeness, or is it just like far enough off that they get away with it? But then they use like the actual name, DeLorean. I don't know. I don't get the legality of that. But it's very fast, and it has to jump slightly up, which shouldn't be that bad. It's just going to be, the road's going to be a little more stressed with the extra force of the car going faster, and a little more stressed because we're jumping up rather than directly across. But we get cable to steel is interesting, but I could just use wooden muscles where I need to. I think this level's going to be totally fine. My first thought is, with how fast the DeLorean is going, I don't even think we're going to need all 5 road pieces. We might be able to get away with 3, because the jump itself is not super far. I mean, granted, it doesn't have much of a hill to come down, so most of its acceleration is just going to come from the horsepower and acceleration stat. I think it's plausible to do 3 pieces of road. And like, the angle kind of makes sense if it's coming up. I mean, it might be close. $16,000 budget. I could be very wrong. I could be way off on this, to be honest. And I'm almost tempted to do a truss and then some type of cable from the top, since we have a node up there. But since we have 2 nodes towards the bottom, I think I'm just going to do version numero dos of this design, because hey, it worked last time, right? So I'm gonna do that to bring the force down here. Of course, this piece of wood, like I mentioned last time, is gonna be under a lot of stress. I might switch that for steel. In fact, I think I will switch that for steel. And then oh man, I'm tempted. How much does this cost? This cable would cost $2,700. That one would cost $22. Okay, I want to try that. Is that going to be enough to hold the bridge? I'm actually going to do a little bit of that. A little bit of finesse. This has to work. But once again, I'm more than half under budget, so I have my doubts. I really don't think I need to use all 5 road bits, though. Like, this is damn near the same level as the last one. It's just slightly different. Does it hold and does it launch right? Is the angle and length what we need? Is what I'm curious about. Yo! We went kind of high, 80% stress, top 14%. Okay, I didn't mean to flex on anybody, but that's kind of fucking awesome. That's kind of awesome. 80% stress. We were less than half budget. That's awesome. The bridge was so light too. And it just, wow. I'm super happy with that. Nearly top 17K. That's really fun. That's really good. That was really good. I'm happy with that. So this person did over budget, and it looks like braking too. Okay, I see the brake. The question is, what were we thinking? What were we thinking when this individual built this bridge? I've seen this name before, Cube Nerd. I think I've seen this name before today. So why? I'll start there. Why? So we have these 2 huge metal supports underneath, which I get it. You know, there's these 2 nodes here, so perhaps a beginner could have been goaded into or finessed into like, oh, well, they gave 2 supports, I better use them. And then they just, with the remarkable strength of this steel triangle under the bridge, they only did one truss attached to it. And then spent a lot of money on cable and wooden truss and used all 5 road pieces, which I just proved is not necessary. I'm just, I don't know. Perhaps this person is a beginner. I don't mean to be harsh on anyone learning this game by any means. I'm just trying to I'm trying to be like a therapist almost, like, well, what's going on through their mind, Because that's so much cable. Cable is so pricey. That's so much cable, and then the underutilized strength of this steel triangle just having one attachment to it. I don't know. I don't necessarily get it. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. This person did it for $3,000? Or about $4,000 rather. What am I looking at? So they did the same 3 pieces of road that I did with that angle just to make it across. But then there's let me see here. Yeah, a wooden rope holding the smallest truss I've ever seen, and that's not even a full support. I think that's just a wall brace down here. That's crazy. And it was 92%. That wasn't even like near breaking necessarily. That's kind of nuts that works. Very impressive. I would not have thought to do that, nor attempted to try to do that, to be completely honest. That's quite impressive. I like that. Next episode of Polybridge 3, we're going to hit this perched path on these minor mountains. I know I mentioned it last time, but it is good to be back. I love bridges. I love building bridges. I love Polybridge. Even Bridge Constructor Portal was super fun, but then Gladys was all like, oh, here's turrets in the road, and then it was all complicated. Regardless, very fun. I love the art style. This mountain map is very, very cool. If you like bridges and you like seeing me build them, smooch that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Bye.